Hey folks, back with another little video. This time something completely different. Thought I'd try my hand at Locksport. I've always been interested in it. I like meticulous and tedious things and puzzles and stuff, and it seemed to be right up my alley. I've been watching a lot of videos, more and more interested in it. So as a Christmas gift to myself, I bought myself the Sparrows tuxedo with a few extra goodies thrown in there. I'll show you all that what's in there. And I bought the cutaway lock, which they recommend for practicing. Also took some people's advice. I had these two garrisons, and I bought a warded lock. I'll explain why. And master lock number 3 and a master lock number 140 seem to be the two strongly recommended starter locks. So bear with me, and I'll pop everything out of the Sparrows tuxedo. I'll show you what came with it and what I added to it, and back in a moment. Okay, so here's everything that came with the Sparrows tuxedo set. So it came with, start with the tension tools, it came with 3 of these, they call Z wrenches for obvious reasons. 3 different widths. 3 different widths for taking up different keyway lengths, and for deep set locks and for normal locks we have a standard end. So it came with 3 of those Z wrenches, came with 3 of the similar widths, similar sized tension wrenches. However, these ones have a little twist, so when you're picking the lock you have the flat against your finger, which is kind of nice. So you have those options there. Those are all bottom of the keyway turners. You could sneak the short ends into the top of the keyways, but generally speaking, these are from the bottom of the keyhole. So to give myself some more options, I purchased these. So I purchased the flat 5 set, they call it, which are top of the keyway tensioners, double-ended top of the keyway tensioners. Let me just get one here. So this one's a Z style, and I added 2 more to it. I bought the heavy set, which are 50 thousandths. Working through the lens here. They are 50 thousandths thick. It's hard to see it on the camera here. My lighting. Here we go. That's better. So 50 thousandths turners. So pretty much every turning option now. I've got all the top of the keyway ones and all the bottom of the keyway ones. There are some heavy bars. I might get those too. Those are 60 thousandths or 70 thousandths or something like that. They come in handy. Most of the ones I've been using have been the 50 thousandths ones that I bought. So the picks that came with the set, I've arranged them over on this side here. We have the first one here is a 15 thousandths thin, super thin standard pick. Everything else is 25 thousandths. This was a specialty one they threw in. Here's a normal shallow pick. 2 of these are the exact same pick. One is 15, one is 25. The next one to it is a offset hybrid pick. Next one to that is a half diamond pick. So we've got 4 nice picks here. We have a Bogota rake, triple peak Bogota rake, a snake rake, and a L rake or a city rake on the end here. Upon recommendation, a lot of people said you should add a worm rake. Oops. So I bought a worm rake from Sparrows. And just in case, I bought a high reach pick to get up into the back. I didn't get a medium pick, so I'm probably gonna get the a medium pick in between it all. But that's my Sparrows kit with a few extra add-ons. I added the top of the keyway, 7 top of the keyway wrenches, and a pick and an extra rake. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Also, not from Sparrows, but from Southards or Southwards, I got the warded lock set. Warded locks are super common around where I'm from. So I bought a master lock warded lock, and I think it's this one, is it? And I basically did this a few times, and yeah, so that's warded locks pretty well on lockdown, pun intended. That's pretty much everything you need to know about that. These are basically the business end of the key. Which one was I using? This one. So this just kind of replicates the business end of the key and skips out all the warding altogether. So, but yeah, have I added those because, like I said, warded locks are all over the place here. Okay, so let's clear the deck here now, and I'll show you the locks I've been working with. Okay, so when I ordered the Sparrows tuxedo, I got them to throw in this, which is super challenging. It's a cutaway lock, so you can see what the pins are doing inside there. Watch them all dance around when you stick the key in and out. Speaking of the key, let's have a look at the bidding on it. Look at the second pin here. First pin is real high, second pin is all the way down, and then the other 3 pins are pretty decent in the back, not too bad, pretty flat to each other. But what it means for us, what it means for me, is I'm just oversetting the second pin no matter what I do. It's hard to get the key in there too. But yeah, I just overset that second pin every single time. You can see when you put the key in it, the second pin just stays overset. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's challenging, which, don't get me wrong, that's what I wanted. Not so challenging are these little garrisons. I had this one here at the house. I managed to find it, a little tiny little garrison lock, and certainly a copy of a master lock number 3 on the outside, but not on the inside. Quite an easy lock as well. We'll show you in a moment. And yesterday morning, once everything opened up after the new year, I went out and I tracked down a Master Lock 3 and a Master Lock 140 and picked those up. So, given all that, let's have a little go at picking a couple of these. So, the garrisons, like I said, not too challenging. I should show you what I'm doing here. I'm just putting a Z-wrench here in the bottom. It's just the first one I grabbed was a Z-wrench, the widest one. Put it in, make sure I'm not bringing it up on the lock body, make sure I'm actually resting on the lock here. And let's just show you how easy this is. Where's the worm? Found the worm rake as well, worth the reputation. So here's a worm rake. I'm just going to slip that in over top of my tensioner and probably get an open in a second here. Just going to jimmy it back and forth a little bit while I pump my finger. I'm just kind of pulsing tension over here. I was having success with this thing, but they say to get camera shy. Here we go. So that's that one. Trust me, that's the biggest fight it's ever put up. Same with this guy right here. Just the same tension wrench, same technique, same worm rake on the top. Couple of flosses and open like that. So yeah, they quickly bored me. So even though I thought this was like a Master Lock 3, I figured I'd buy a Master Lock 3. So let's have a look at that guy. Much more challenging lock, no doubt about it. I think the bidding on the key is kind of low on pin 2 as well. High on pin 1, low on 2, super low on 4. So kind of prone, kind of resistant, I mean, to raking. Let's have a look. We're going to take the deep end because this does have a little bit of an inset to it. I'm going to make sure we don't hang up on any of these rivets or any of that stuff. And let's try the worm rake here. Even the warding on the keyway is more challenging to get to rake. There we go. And I'll go this way, I think. Here we go. Let's give it a few shots, but even just not as easy to rake it. Try and rock it. Try rocking just the first few. You see much more of a fight with this. Oh. Let's give it a different rake. Let's drop the worm rake for a second. I had more luck with this one with the snake rake, which is being elusive right now. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is, there he is, there he is. Yeah, snake rake. The best buster snake rake. Let's give this guy a shot. So we're going to the top here. Here's some racks and some rolls. Pumping the finger on the, keep a bit of tension on, try a few different things. Every time you kind of release your finger, you almost reset the pins. If you overset anything, you'll get rid of it. I have snake raked this, but again, like I said, it's not a not an easy lock to, let's make sure we're reset here. Not a real easy lock to rake. Or I'm just not very good at it. Whichever you want to call it. Open up for the camera. No. So let's give it one more try. Let's try the triple peak Bogota. Haven't had a lot of luck with the city rake with these. There you go. Let's go. So yeah, not much of a raker. So okay, that's the raking. Let's talk about the single pin picking. So we're gonna use a same tension, but a different pick altogether here. Where is the offset hybrid? This guy. So this one is the offset hybrid pick. Kind of hard to focus in on. It's a lot like a shallow pick, but it's got a little club to the end of it. So what we're going to do with this guy, I'm going to reach all the way in, and I'm going to find 4 pins, and I'm just going to drag across them. 4, just so I know where 4 of them are. Reaching right to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should say 4, 3, 2, 1, really. So I'm going to avoid pin 4. And I'm just going to press up on pin 3, pin 2, and pin 1. I get a click out of them. We're going to go back in. I'm going to try pin 3. Click. Pin 2. Nothing. Pin 1. Click. Oh, almost got it. Thought I had it. Pin 3. I think I touched pin 4. This thing really wants to overset pin 4. So I'm going to let this all reset. I might have touched pin 4. Basically, I'm trying to drag over pin 4, which is enough just to set it. Then find pin 3, click it. Pin 2, click it. And I think I might have touched pin 1 just then too. But yeah, so that's my approach for single pin picking this, is go in, avoid everybody, pick your way from 4 to 1. Just to drag over, I just got a light tension here, nothing crazy. Past everybody, just come past pin 4. Stuck on something. There. Click up pin 3, pin 2, pin 1. Sometimes pin my way back in. Try not to touch, you can overset pin 4 so easy. There, pin 3. 3 didn't click. Go in, pin 4, 3, 2, and 1. No. Anyway, it does work. I'm practicing, I'm learning. But that's the approach that works well for that one, I found. Just drag over pin 4. This guy, not so challenging. This one's the Master Lock 140. And then let's do the rake again. Let's try the Bogota. Beginner. Bogota, why not? Anyway, oh, there it goes. Bogota, got it. This one's not too challenging. Same with the single pin picking. Get into the single pin here. Let's try my regular. This is the 25,000 shallow hook. Let's give that guy a try. We're just gonna pick straight on pick pin number 1, pin 2, 3, and 4. Make our way back out. Click on the 1. No, let's reset things. I reset them a lot because I would kind of get lost pretty quick here. Pin 1, 2, nothing, 3, nothing, 4, got it. Oh, I'll set or move the, let's try that again. Pin 1, 2, oh, got the pin 3 and that was it. Let's try it again. There's 1, 2, 3. Click out of 3, back 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset them. You can hear those pins fall when you're really quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, not going to spend too much time on it, but yeah, practicing both of those, I can kind of single pick both of those. These not so much. This, however, is a different beast. I don't know if you noticed, but I used the same width 0-inch for 4 of those locks, not for this guy. So let's get this key out of here. Look how cool this thing is, first of all. Very, very pleased with this lock. This is super cool. Pop the key out, just line up the keyhole. Now, what I've learned, I will share. First of all, the secret, if I couldn't see in this and I didn't have the key, I would never open this thing. It's only because I can see what I'm doing. But again, like I said, we got a super high first pin, incredibly low, all the way to the bottom, second pin. And then 3, 4, and 5 aren't too bad. Not too crazy at all. Kind of on the same shear line. Same at 1. 2 is way out of place here. 2 is super guarding everybody in here. So what my approach is, and again, if I couldn't see inside this lock, I would never have a prayer, but I'm going to get a 50 thousandths top of the keyway turner. I think that's it. We're going to snag it in right up here in this little chamber. Like that. We're going to get a bit of tension on them. I'm going to try and pick this awkwardly so we can see in. I can explain what's going on inside that hole there. So I'm going to hold it this way. I'm going to try the offset hybrid again. I don't see any reason not to use that. I love this thing. So the approach with this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach in all the way into pin 5. And I'm going to work on getting pin 5 and pin 4 set, which is inevitably going to overset pin 2 and 3, especially pin 2. Once I get 3 of these, pin 5, 4, and 3 somewhat set, once pin 3, 4, and 5 are set, we're going to back off the tension and get pin 2 to underset, to come back down to the shear line, pop up pin 1, and that's how I get into this thing. That's the only way. Again, if I couldn't see in here, I would never have a clue what's going wrong. But I'm going to reach all the way into pin number 5. Right here. Get right into pin 5. Pop them up. There we go. So I got pin 5 set. 4 looks set. 3. Come right out and just push up on pin. I gotta back off my tension a bit and get pin 1 to come up. I can move them. Come on, pin 1. Don't lose my tension tool. Pin 1 is fighting me because the tension tool is in the way. And the tension has to come way off and check it. Bring it around, lock it. So we did it. But did we do it? I don't know if I'd ever know what to do with this thing if it wasn't for the window in the side. But I'm going to order the other ones. There's a serrated one you can get. There's a spool pin one you can get and a check pin one you can get, so each one has a different set. Different types of security pins in it to deal with. And there's a repin kit you can get where you actually pop this out of here and take the whole cylinder out with the tools that it comes with, and you can repin it with different, make your own kind of challenge locks for yourself. But again, like I said, new to the Locksport community. Even though my name is Pappy Picker, it's kind of because my dad's name was Pappy and my nickname was Pappy, and I'm a guitar picker. So that was hence the name of that, but it kind of makes a bit more sense. So that's it in a nutshell. That's what I've been keeping my mind occupied with through the holidays, through the COVID and that. Not an expensive hobby. I don't know if you noticed, but everything here is Sparrows except for the warded lock picks, keys, skeleton keys, whatever you want to call them. Otherwise, everything here is Sparrows. I'm Canadian, so kind of fell in love with that company when I realized they were in Ontario. And yeah, so that's it. Anybody has any advice on what the next lock? I think I'm going to get a, if I can find one of those Brinks padlocks. The Brinks are more challenging. They look exactly like the number 3, but not on the inside apparently. I might get one of those Brinks 40 millimeters, and the Master Lock 570 is the next one I'm going to try and shop around for. After that, I don't know, in the new year, I might try and hit up one of the hardware stores or the used. There's some Salvation Army has some used goods, Habitat for Humanity store, I think, where you might be able to buy some used door locks, some deadbolts. I'm just going to stick with pin tumblers for now. That's quite a bit of challenge for me for now, but eventually I'd like to try my hand at the warded picks and dimple locks, stuff like that. I'm kind of getting bit with the bug now and doing my homework on things, and I figured I've watched enough videos from the Locksport community. I owe a video to the Locksport community, and so there you go. This is there we go. This is my my new hobby. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.